Hello, and welcome to Spy Math. This is Mr. Spy, and this is the final video of the multiple choice section of Geometry June 2019 Regents. Questions 17 through 24. Now let's pull up the question 17. In rhombus TIGE, diagonals TG and IE intersected R, the perimeter of TIGE is 68 and TG is 16. What is the length of diagonal IE? Well, in a rhombus, if TG is 16, each half of that is 8. And the perimeter is 68. You do 68 divided by 4 means each side length is 17. So 17, 17, 17. You look at one of these right trunks of this rhombus has perpendicular diagonals. So this is 8, this is 17. Don't know what this is. Use the Pythagorean theorem. 8 squared plus b squared, 17 squared. 64 plus b squared equals 289. Take away 64 on both sides. You get b squared equals 225. Making b equal 215. Let's clean this up for a minute so we can continue. Copy down anything you need. Okay, clean that up. So back to our triangle. This is 8. Now we know this is 15. This is 17. So if IR 15, it makes RE also 15. Together they are 30. Choice number 2. Question 18. Encircle O two secants ABP and CDP. So ABP, CDP are drawn. So from P, if measure of arc AC is 72, the inner arc is 34. What's measure of P? Well, if you have two arcs formed by secants, you subtract the arcs and divide by 2, and you get the correct answer of 19 degrees. Okay, on to question 19. This question on every single region. So there's so many different ways of doing this. I'll do it the way I teach my students. If you know of another way, go ahead. What are the coordinates of point C on the directed segment of A? 8, negative 8, 4 to B, 10, negative 2. So such that AC, it's CB, is 2 to 1. So our ratio is 2 to 1. It's 2 to 3. It's always the top number over the sum of both numbers. Then you do the x distance, which is 10, negative 8. It's a total of 18 times 2/3. It's equals to 12. And that's not an equal sign, it's an arrow. Then you take that 12, you add it to our starting value, negative 8. Get 4, means our x value is 4. It already means we know our y value, which is 0. Because only one choice has 4, but we can do the same thing for y. Negative 2 minus 4, get negative 6. Make sure to keep the sign that's negative. Then you take that, multiply it by 2/3, which equals to negative 4. Add that negative 4 to the starting value, so negative 4 plus 4 equals 0. To question 20. The equation of the circle is x squared plus 8x plus y squared minus 12y equals 144. What are the coordinates of the center and length of the radius of the circle in order to do this? You have to complete the square. So let's do that. X squared plus 8x, to complete the square, take half of 8, which is 4 squared, then you get 16. Same thing, y squared minus 12y, take half of negative 12, square that. Half negative 12 is negative 6, square that you get 36. It's 144. Ever we added on one side, we're now going to add on the other side. So 144 plus 16 plus 36 is 196. We factor also by just dividing the number we halved and squared by 2. So x plus 4 squared plus y minus 6 squared means you have a center of negative 4, positive 6. Eliminating choices 1 and 3. Now if our r squared is 196, That means we know for a fact that our R value is 14. On to question 21. Parallelogram PQRS. QP is extended to point T such that ST is drawn. Oh, I forgot to mention the radius in the last question was 14, making choice 4. Back to question 21. In parallelogram PQRS, QP is extended to point T and ST is drawn. If segment ST is congruent to segment SP and R is 130 degrees, what's the measure of angle PST? Well, if R is 130 degrees, angle SPQ is also 130 degrees. Since PQRS is a parallelogram, making opposite angles congruent, means since angle SPT forms a linear pair with SPQ, making this 50, and since SPT is an isosceles triangle, making this also 50, sum of all those angles has to be 180. 50 plus 50 is 100, making angle PST the vertex angle of 80 degrees. Okay, on to question number 22. A 12-foot ladder leans against a building and reaches the window 10 feet over the ground. What is the measure of the angle to the nearest degree that the ladder forms with the ground? This is a simple trigonometry question where we want to find this angle right here. The hypotenuse is 12, that's the length of the ladder. The height is 10. So we know the opposite side, and we know the hypotenuse. So we use sine. So sine, you're looking for the angle, so use inverse sine or arc sine of 10 over 12, which is approximately 56 degrees. Sorry for that. Couldn't even read my own handwriting. Okay. Now this is one of the hardest questions I had on the Regents because it's confusing. The diagram below, diagram of equilateral triangle ABC shown below. E and F are midpoints of segment AC and BC, respectively. If EF is 2x plus 8 and AB is 7x minus 2, well, if EF is a midpoint, what's the perimeter that travels with AB, FE? So let's first solve our equation. So if EF's the middle, that means AB is double that. So 2 times 2x plus 8 equals 7x minus 2. Let's solve for x. So 4x plus 16 equals 7x minus 2. Subtract 4x from both sides, get 16 equals 3x minus 2. Add 2 on both sides, get 3x equals 18. And x, after you divide by 3, x equals 6. You take that x, plug it in to AB. So 7 times 6 minus 2 is 40. That means every side of this original equilateral triangle was 40. So this is 40. This is 20. This is 20. This is 20 since they're midpoints. So then you add the 40 and the 20 and the 20 and the 20. So it's 60 plus 40, make a total perimeter of 100. A lot of work for a multiple choice question. 24. Which information is not sufficient to prove a parallelogram is a square? If you don't memorize these rules, you're going to get this one wrong. Okay? Diagonals are both congruent and perpendicular is sufficient enough to prove it's a square because that's a rectangle and a rhombus together. So that's not the right answer for looking for, which is not sufficient. Diagonals are congruent. That means you have a rhombus. And one pair of adjacent sides are congruent. That means one length and one width are congruent, making it a rectangle also, which is also enough to prove we have a rectangle with equal sides. That's fine. Now, diagonals are perpendicular and one pair of adjacent sides are congruent. That's exactly a rhombus, no extra information, because a rhombus has adjacent sides congruent. Diagonals are perpendicular in a rhombus. That's just a rhombus, not anything special. And that's it. That is not sufficient to prove. You just told me it's a rhombus. That particular one pair of adjacent sides are perpendicular. That is a square. This is it for the multiple choice section of June 2019 Regents. If you'd like to see any other Regents or any topics more discussed, please leave a comment below. This is Spy Math signing off.